Welcome students. Today's our next heading is Kirchhoff's law. Very important question. Kirchhoff's law. Kirchhoff's Kirchhoff's law. Okay, first see there, when we use Kirchhoff's law, suppose you are given as like this resistance. This is Wheatstone, please. Okay, this resistance is given. Let suppose the values are 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and I ask find the resistance between A and B. Target is very easy. You better know P upon Q is equal to R upon S. If P upon Q is equal to R upon S, then no current drawn through middle one. This is balance condition, and I will taught or I will give the lecture in next day. In Wheatstone base, there will be no current drawn through middle one. It means this resistance will not work. It means current will not drawn. Hence, answer become very easy. They are in series. And they are in parallel. So 2 to 4. 2 to 4 and 4 4 again, your answer become 2. Very easy way. That is the Wheatstone or balance base. No need to use the Kirchhoff's law. It's okay. Let's suppose in that question, if it is given 3, then it is very difficult to find out the value of resistance, because P upon Q is not equal to R upon S. It means Wheatstone bridge will not follow. Hence, it could be not cancelled, and some current will drawn through that branch. It means it is not solved by normal physics or normal physical rule. So we have to use the Kirchhoff's law. We will use some loops. We'll select some loops and we apply the two laws, current law and voltage law. Then we can easily solve the answer of resistance between A and B, voltage between A and B, and current between A and B. What you want, you can get. So this is the need of Kirchhoff's law. It means if P upon Q is not equal to R upon S, first condition, or in some complicated questions which are not solved by normal method, then we have to use the Kirchhoff's law. By using Kirchhoff's law, we can solve the numerical very easy way. Okay. So this is the need of Kirchhoff's law. So there are two types of law. First is called current law. Kirchhoff defined in 1942. Gustav Kirchhoff defined two laws in resistance combination. First was current law. According to this is based on conservation of charge. Note down the point. This is very important. It is based on conservation of charge. According to this, algebraic sum of all current joining the junction or leaving the junction will be 0. It is based on conservation of charge. According to this, all current, algebraic sum of all current, summation of I is equal to 0. It means algebraic sum of all current joining the junction or leaving the junction will be 0. That is summation of I is equal to 0. Let's suppose three currents are there as like this. This current is I1, this current is I2, and this current is I3. So at junction, how many currents are meeting there? 3 currents. So total algebraic sum of all current will be 0. If current joining the junction, it will be positive. Keeping in mind, this is the sign convention. If current is joining the junction, it will be positive. If current is leaving the junction, it will be Negative. So since I1 and I2 are joining the junction, their sign will be positive. I3 is leaving. This is the junction. I3 is going out the junction, so it will be negative. So what are summation of I is equal to 0? What are total answer? I1 plus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. This is called Kirchhoff's first law or current law. Are you getting the point? Very easy. It is based on conservation of charge. According to this, total algebraic sum of all current will be 0. That is, if current is joining the junction, it will be positive. If current is leaving the junction, going away from the junction, this is the junction and I3 is leaving the junction, it means I3 will be Negative. So since I1, I2 joining the junction, so I1 plus I2, I3 leaving the junction minus I3 will be 0. So this is called Kirchhoff's first law, and this is also known as current law. Okay, note down the point. I1 plus I2 minus I3 is 0. If I3 direction is that way, so no doubt I1 plus I2 plus I3 will be 0, because this current is not leaving the junction, but this current is joining the junction. So these all things depend on the direction of current to the junction or away from the junction. Okay, so this is about first Verezzi law. This is current law. Let's suppose one question given to you. Let's suppose you are given as like this: 7 ampere current drawn, 2 ampere, 0.5 ampere, and I just find the current of that branch. We can use the Kirchhoff's first law, current law. See there, 7 ampere current drawn through that junction, but 2 ampere current leave the junction. So 7 minus 2 is equal to 5 ampere. Are you getting the point? Very easy. This, let's suppose this current is I. So this minus this is equal to I. So 7 minus 2 is equal to what? 5. Very easy way, 7 current drawn to the junction and 2 ampere current leaving the junction. So that current will be how much ampere? 5 ampere. 5 ampere, and if you want you can check what algebraic sum will be 0 or not. If you want you can check it. What are total current on that junction? 7 ampere is meeting, 7, 2 and 5 is leaving, minus 2, minus 5, cancel out, summation of I is equal to 0. Each time you will get summation of I is equal to 0. Are you getting the point? This is the all about this one. No need to do all these things. Directly you can get the answer. Now, what is our next junction? 5 ampere current is joining the junction because this direction is to the junction, and again 0.5 ampere joining the junction. It means both current are joining the junction and they will go that side. So 5 ampere and 0.5 it become 5.5 ampere current flow. Very easy way you can get the answer. So our answer will be, what are our answer? Current will be 5.5 ampere. Let's suppose this direction is opposite direction. So what will be answer? 5 ampere current drawn is joining the junction, but 0.5 is leaving the junction. So it will be 5 minus 0.5 is equal to 4.5. Are you getting? But this direction is towards the junction. So very easy way, 5 ampere, 0.5 ampere. So that much current drawn to that way. So it will be I is equal to 5.5. If you want, you can solve it. That junction, what are total current? 5 ampere and 0.5. 5 plus 0.5. And that much current is leaving the junction. It means minus 5.5. Cancel out. Again you will get summation of I is equal to 0. So this is called first law of, that is called also current law or Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. So this is all about your first law. Okay. Second law is more applicable in your physics. So second law. This is also called voltage loop law. Voltage loop law. Okay. Note down the point. This is based on conservation of energy. That was based on conservation of charge. It is based on conservation of energy. Very, very important point. Competitive point. It is based on conservation of energy. According to this, summation of voltage is equal to 0. That was summation of current is equal to 0. It is summation of voltage is equal to 0. Or the multiplication of flowing current and correspondence resistance will be equal to the voltage. That is simply Ohm's law. Once again, we can define it in two ways. Summation of V is equal to 0, or second answer, the multiplication of flowing current and correspondence resistance will be equal to the total potential, or that is equal to, or summation of Ri, summation of V is equal to what? 0. This is called voltage loop law. Once again, it is based on conservation of energy. According to this, the multiplication of flowing current and correspondence resistance will be equal to the total voltage, and that will be equal to the what? 0. Okay. So this is all about your voltage loop law. Okay. Now to solve the voltage loop law, there are certain rules. So first you have to find out the rules. First rule: we can select the loop clock by or anti-clock by. Note down. We can select the loop clock by or anti-clock by. What you want you can select, not in two ways. If you want you can take clock by, if you want you can take anti-clock by, both answer will be same. This is first rule. Second, if let's suppose this is the resistance R and flowing current is what? I, and you are moving, current is moving from A to B, and if you are moving from A to B, it means multiplication of Ri will be negative. Very, very important point. Very important point. If you are moving, because you have selected the loop, if you are moving from A to B and current is also moving from A to B, it means if you are moving according or in the direction of current, it means multiplication of resistance and current will be negative. If you are moving opposite direction, current is moving from A to B and if you are moving from B to A, so this Ri will be positive. Very, very important point. This is rule you have to follow, then you will get the exact answer. Once again, if you are moving in the direction of current, the multiplication of resistance and current will be negative. If you are moving in opposite direction of current, the multiplication of resistance and current will be positive. This happen because from A to B, it means potential is A more and potential is B less, and Ri is the potential. It means you are moving from higher potential to lower potential. That's why it is negative. While here you are moving from B to A, it means you are moving from lower potential to higher potential, because you better know current drawn from higher to lower, but you are moving from B to A, it means lower to higher, and that's why Ri will be positive. Ri is not voltage, not current, but it is the voltage. We are talking about voltage loop law. This is the second rule. What a third rule? Third rule is here. This is the battery. Okay, sorry for disturbance. This is the battery. If you are moving from, this is positive, this is negative. If you are moving from positive to negative terminal, so that will be minus E or minus V. If you are moving from negative to positive, it will be plus V. So there are two directions of potential. If you are moving from positive to negative terminal, it will be negative. If you are moving from negative to positive, it will be positive. So there are certain rules, and rules are very clear. First rule, our first rule is, you can select the loop on your choice. This is first rule. Second, if you are moving in the direction of current, the multiplication of resistance and current will be negative. If you are moving opposite direction, it will be positive. If for battery, what you will see? So for battery, if you are moving from positive to negative, no doubt positive to negative, potential will be negative. From negative to positive, potential will be positive. This is rule number third. This is rule number second. And first rule, the selection of loop. Okay. We'll put one example so it's clear for you. So let's suppose you are given as like this. Very easy way. This is EMF E. Resistance R. You better know the direction of current from parts to. The direction of current is not decided by, but it is decided by battery. Current drawn from positive to what? Positive to what? Negative. Let's suppose the loop is A, B, C, D, A. So we can select the loop clockwise or we can select the loop anti-clockwise. Both answer will be same. I will take one by one. Let's suppose your loop selection is A, B, C, D, A. A, B, C, D, A. I am moving clockwise. So first you move A to B. A to B. You are moving A to B, and current is also drawing from, or draws current is from A to B. It means you are moving in the direction of current. So according to rule, it will be minus Ri. Very easy. You are moving in the direction of current, so multiplication will be minus Ri. Again, B to C, B to C, no resistance is there, so nothing happened. C to D, you are moving from negative to positive, it means it will be plus C, and C to D plus E, according to rule, negative to positive plus C, and D to A, nothing is there, so is equal to 0. You can see algebraic sum of all potential is 0. So we will get minus Ri equal to minus E, minus minus cancel, we will get E equal to Ri. This is the answer for you. Very easy. I have selected the loop A, B, C, D, A. Let's suppose our loop is A, not clockwise, it is anti-clockwise. A, D, C, B, A. A, D, C, B, A. Again A to D, nothing is there, no resistance, so no reason to multiply. Next, D to C, you are moving from positive to negative, so it will be minus E. Just I told what are the sign convention of battery. Positive to negative, it will be minus E. Again C to B, nothing is there. And again B to A, you can see B to A. Current is moving from A to B, and you are coming from B to A. It means it will be positive, so it will be plus Ri equal to what? 0. Algebraic sum of all voltage is equal to 0. This is called voltage loop law, and you can write it minus E equal to minus Ri, minus minus cancel. Again you will get E equal to Alright, so this is all about introduction of Kirchhoff's law. Are you getting? In both condition, clockwise or anti-clockwise, you are getting same answer. But these signs should be very clear. In the direction of current, it will be negative. In opposite direction of current, it will be positive. And second, positive to negative, no doubt negative, and negative to positive, it will be positive. Okay, so that's all for today.